So apparently, unfortunately, and in my opinion, unjustly, Adrian Brody won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his performance in The Brutalist. And while I think the way he accepted this award shows you everything you need to know about him, his brutal behavior goes much deeper. And make sure to check out the F the Nice Guy podcast. When Adrian Brody won the award, he was walking up and realized, oh, I have gum in my mouth. So what would a grown-ass man who is a professional do? Well, of course, he reaches into his mouth and throws the gum. That's right, he hurls that chewed up spit sponge right at his wife and the rest of his peers. And perhaps just as tellingly, she is chasing behind him with hands out like, I'll catch it, baby. May this love never fucking find me. He then goes on to give a literal record-breaking Academy Award acceptance speech that is 5 minutes and 40 seconds long. And you may be asking, well, why didn't they just play him off? They did, and this is what he did.
I'm wrapping up. I will wrap up. Please turn the music off. I've done this before. Thank you. It's not my first rodeo,
But while Adrian Brody may have seemed very confident, and one may even say cocky, arrogant, obnoxious in that clip, the truth is for a long time, Adrian had what I'd like to call pianist envy. After his first win back in the day, he just couldn't seem to find that success again. And it was actually well known in the industry that if you worked with Brody, you would get to hear all about it. About his problems with the industry and how things had changed, and that was why he just couldn't find success. When in fact, it was the changes in the industry that allowed for this win. Because Adrian Brody won using an AI accent. That's right, despite the fact that Adrian Brody is of Jewish and Hungarian descent, he couldn't seem to nail the accent. So he just used AI. Yep, dialect coach be damned. But accents may be a little bit of a sensitive subject for Adrian Brody and Lorne Michaels from SNL. And while we're on the topic of things that Adrian Brody felt entitled to, there's a character he felt entitled to play despite the fact that it was completely ad-libbed and not at all supposed to be a part of the show. And it happened when he introduced Sean Paul. Would you like to guess what character he did? Remember, he is of Hungarian and Jewish descent.
Your man, Jamaica, man, Rastafari, you got the whole family in the house, we got Sean Peter, you got Sean Paul, you got Sean Mary, you got Sean John, we all in the house now, man.
It went on for some time, but I'm not going to make you sit through that. But speaking of shoes that Adrian Brody should not, could not, and would not be able to fill, I can't help but bring up when he starred in Predators. I still can't. Here's what we were wanting, and here's what we got. Like, Adrian, how do you think you're going to take on the elite alien race of predators when you don't even look like you could take on a strong breeze? It's giving I'm the guy you sacrifice early but you kind of feel bad about. But maybe we shouldn't focus on predators, which is a sentiment that Adrian Brody has openly shared. This is an article from the HuffPost that happened in 2016 where Adrian Brody, again, felt very entitled to share his opinion that we needed to know, which was that it's unfair to bring up Woody Allen and Roman Polanski's past. And in case you need a reminder as to what Roman Polanski did, yep. To a certain extent, again, people make mistakes in their lives. I think there's a lot of catastrophe in this world and a lot of cruelty and a lot of carelessness. Of course, it's horrible what comes out sometimes, and people have done things in their lives that may be inexcusable, but it's not something to focus on. And I'm sure he doesn't want us to focus on those things. Because we also know that when he accepted his first Academy Award, he unprompted and without consent kissed Halle Berry on the mouth. He did not know her. She was a complete stranger to him, but he felt entitled to her. In interviews, he said he saw an opportunity and he took it. Basically saying a guy has a chance at Halle Berry, who wouldn't? Well, a guy who cares about consent wouldn't. And even years later, after the Me Too movement, he still talked about that moment fondly. He has never made an apology for said behavior, nor is he sorry. And I think all of these behaviors stem from the fact that Adrian Brody was who he still is, which is an entitled egomaniac misogynist. Ugh.